Hello guys and welcome to a new episode of Liverpool Stories Podcast, not from George Addison's house, but from the Pacific Ocean. Here we are in Los Angeles, California, and I'm here on a special trip. I'll tell you more about it soon.
Has died following a shooting on Christmas Eve. Her devastated family are inconsolable and heartbroken.
Dad, it's Ellie. You need to go to the hospital. Someone said she'd been shot. Not my daughter. You can't begin to process exactly what's gone on. You know, you haven't even begun to grieve. You haven't had a chance. You're still thinking she's going to come in. She's going to walk through that door. I was drinking heavily, and it was going to kill me. I just felt it was better for me to not be here. Well, then John May had suddenly appeared into my life.
I was stuck. I'd created a prison for myself, and I thought 1,000 miles should do the trick.
He mentioned that he was doing this walk, Land's End to John O Groats.
And he said to me, "Do you mind if I join you on the walk?"
And that's exactly what I did. I just got out of town.
So we come for a couple of days, and there was no sign of him going home.
It took my mind away from what had been going on. And I broke that cycle of the drink, depression and that world of hell.
Instead of seeing him as a grieving father, I see him as just Tim.
We were just two divvies bumbling along in the countryside.
We were a team.
It was about Ellie. It was about keeping her name alive.
We're going to walk into Liverpool, and we said if anyone wants to join us, they can.
The crowd seemed to just grow.
And I marched into that city with pride. I was proud.
Me and John were together 24 hours a day. So it was always inevitable that was going to crash.
I wanted to kill him. I hated him.
You do your thing, I'll do mine. I'll see you and John O Groats.
That's the lowest I've ever been.
I was going to end my life there. I could see my girl standing there in front of me. I still see her there now.
Hope is stepping 1 foot in front of the other. Just keep moving forward.
And if you lose that hope, you've given up.
Just keep cracking on.
I'd like to thank him for basically saving my life.
Okay, we're not in LA. I waited on the beach for a while for you to.
You're a liar. You're a liar.
Okay, so how this was supposed to go?
We know where you were. It was not Venice Beach.
I was on Venice Beach, I swear. I genuinely, on the last day of our little holiday trip, I went to Venice Beach with my tripods, my mics and everything, sat there. And I was like, lads, where are you? And then, yeah.
Right, you know it's going to be a shit show. From the minute you were like, yeah, we'll meet you down there. I was like,
yeah. It was on Santa Monica Pier, wasn't it?
I was like, yeah, just bring your gear anyway. Yeah. You're fucking suffering in 30-degree heat with a bunch of crackheads.
You know. Okay, so we probably will have another little chat at some point in George Addison's house where we can talk about life and everything, but We met. I remember calling John and saying, "What the fuck am I going to say to Tim when I meet him?" Like, you know, I was like, "Is Tim definitely okay with me coming?" And then I met you in Leeds for the walk. Do you remember that moment?
Yeah,
for the walk?
I remember you turning up. I was trying to think of this the other day, actually. And because it's funny you say about would Tim be all right? And John would say, "Oh, my mate wants to come along, or someone wants to meet us, do an interview." And I'd be like, "I don't want to fucking see anyone, you know what I mean? Not really." Because at that point, it was still quite fresh. So it was like, it just didn't want to be. And a bit selfish, really, because I just didn't want to bother with anyone. I didn't want to see no one. Just wanted to get on what we're doing. But I understood the side of John, you know. And when he invited you up, you went, "Oh, he's sound. I've known him for years. Good lad. Made him happy." I said, "Okay, sound, yeah." And if you remember, I was having issues with my shoes.
I remember, yeah.
And I think, I don't know if I'd bought a new pair of shoes or I'd swapped shoes over. And they were killing me. And you went to give me your spare shoes you had, I think. And I was just in a world of pain. But that day, it was pissing down. It was fucking grey. There was hills everywhere.
Yeah.
We were sort of getting minded to do interviews, I think, if I remember rightly, at the same time. And we had to stop in a pub to do a conference call or something. And it was like... But it was just, but then I've still got the photographs, like the rainbows and the trees and the hills, and it was magical. And once we got over the conference calls, people and stuff, and then we just cracked on and got chatting to each other. And I could feel that you were a bit, what do I say? You know what I mean? What do I say to this man? And at that time especially.
Yeah. Well, I remember that was like, I don't know. It was, at the time, I thought I was going through shit. I was going through shit with my ex-bird at that time. And I thought I was going through stuff. And I remember going away from that day just going, what an incredible day that was. But equally, it was like, I remember just at one moment, it was on one of those hills, and John had stormed off at Ed, and, you know, I remember just walking along with you for a moment, and you went, "Yeah, mate," and he gave me the Ellie badge.
Yeah.
And that was the only sort of moment there. But everything else, we were just chatting generally. We were having a laugh.
It was like...
Talking about pork pies and the wool pack.
Pork pies,
Yeah. We went to the wool pack that day. That was the moments. Like,
we
walked in there, and I think it was me and you went in first, and then John came in afterwards, didn't he? And
he didn't really get the wool pack thing, did he? The Emmerdale thing, and we were like, "We're in the wool pack."
You were in there pulling a pint.
And the fella's like, "Do you want to pull a pint?" I was like, "Do you want to pull a pint?" Really? Fucking hell. And then he goes behind the bar, and it was like, that was like a massive moment for me. And it was like, and then we went across the road, and then we got that little gift shop.
And we've got Dale Roberts meeting us from Liverpool. You haven't met Dale yet, I love Dale. Doesn't like strangers.
Don't do people.
You love Dale.
Look, he's just turned up. Dale, this is Tim. Tim, this is Dale.
You okay? Yeah, fucking sound. Say hi, Dale.
Hello.
Bit of a bust here, Tim.
Just stand here. Where's Wally?
Just remember to get high enough to get. Yeah, you got it, you know. So what's the question? Is this the real wall pack?
Yeah.
Right, just look at what it says above you.
I don't want to see that.
Do you want them?
Right, so if you stand in that corner there, left hand here, just left hand put on here.
Yeah.
No, left hand.
That's
Left hand. Oh yeah, but it's my left. Oh, so it's left. Right.
Well, the fine's going to pay for it.
For the point, you got the fucking job.
So it turns out it is the original wool pack.
Yeah.
This gentleman's giving us a bit of a tour. Hello, sir. Brilliant. Hello, Dale.
Just come down from Mountain Ben Nevis.
You have?
Yeah.
Have you?
No, well.
Legend there.
John O Groats.
So, this was the original wool pack when it was Emmerdale Farm.
Yes.
There we go. So it is the real one. Hand shop, look. We've got all these Kane Dingle. We've got Vinny and Kim Tate. There's a Kim Tate there, lad.
Kim Tate there, lad.
What else have we got? Wool pack. Look at that. This is proper Yorkshire.
Don't send me in there. Oh, don't, mate. I can't put them on side, you bag.
Kane Dingle t-shirt. I haven't had this on since Cornwallis Hood. There we go. So we just had to stop for an hour because Dale's struggling. We just stopped off with the jamming. We're not even in Otley yet. So yeah, it's pissing down. It's when you feel alive, Dale. Which way, Timothy?
What's that Wimble Lane?
Okay, now. Look at that. What a beautiful day. So yeah, there's our Dale, everyone. How are you enjoying your day, Dale?
Oh, it's nice, you know. Experienced every season, haven't we, so far?
I think so. There's Dale, and there's a Dale. There's Dale admiring that Dale. The Yorkshire Dale. I'm a fucking tit, aren't I? So, have you heard of Chippendale, like the furniture? Thomas Chippendale was born here. There he is. Look at that. In Otley. In Yorkshire. I love. Ah, yeah. What a wonderful day. Very hilly. Well, you know. Oh, what a lovely day. Dale's come along today. We lost Tim. Found a church, broken. And we walked through Otley, which is absolutely lovely. But we're just scared we'll have to climb that.
I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, I don't even want to look at me back.
All's well listening to Dolly Parton. I need to lose weight. I'm taking off, isn't it? It's beautiful. How have you liked today, Dale?
It's been good. It's been good. It's so nice. Just got up the top deal, haven't we?
It's about to go dark. Where won't it be dark, Tim?
Just 4 miles down the road.
He said it won't be dark in that pub. So Dale's just fucked off.
I carried, what was your name? Kate, one of the characters.
Yeah. There was one of the old characters,
yeah,
wasn't
what
there?
was her name? Kate. My fucking brain's gonna get old now, but it was, yeah, Kate. Oh, it come to me. And I carried that key ring. Still got it, found it the other day on my box of shite. And I was like, yeah, me and Kate had a little thing.
I think you bought me like a little souvenir ring of whoever it was. I didn't even know because it was one from years ago, and I was like, "Who's this?" I remember. I think you put it on my bag, and I didn't take it off. And I remember I was doing a tour months and months and months later, and like, "Who's that?" I was like,
no,
don't know.
don't know.
Got it on the walk. We done obviously going on that walk with you. That was special because I'd already saw you in Liverpool when we done like the 1 mile stretch to the pier head. So I saw you at a distance then joined you on the walk, and that was such a nice moment. And then fast forward to the end of the year, we were getting kicked out the cavern together.
Yeah, that was an epic night, wasn't it? You're like, yeah, should we go for a bevy? Yeah.
I'd spent the entire day drinking.
We all had, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a long day, that, yeah.
Yeah, so the Carol and Hughes Christmas dinner,
Yeah.
and we went to it, had the full night, and in the end you went, that's it. Do you know anywhere where there's a bit of music on? And we went to the Cavern pub, then to the restaurant, then to the club. We were in the back room, didn't we, to see the Cavern with Beatles.
Yeah.
And that's where there's all
Oh, that
wild.
got really messy really
Yeah.
quick. Yeah, because we'd been in, but we were fine. And I think we had a couple of shots or something.
We did, yeah. We were drinking whiskey
Oh,
at the
whiskey
bar.
at the bar, just necking it. And I think from what I remember, someone had went, because we were backstage with the Black Beatles.
Yeah, yeah.
And I asked them to play a song for Ellie. And did he start, this is for Ellie Edwards, did he start playing? And I'll get a picture of the band. And then there's this friend stood in front of this fella and he just kicked off. Yeah. He just stood, oh, what are you doing? And then I was like, well, I'm taking a picture.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really drunk. And it was like, next minute I had 3 or 4 doormen or whatever they were around me.
I was
They were
getting
great,
carry-outs.
to be honest.
Yeah,
They was like, mate, you going. And I was like, yeah, fair enough. Don't put your hands on me.
That's what I remember saying to the lads, it's Sally's with me. And he was like, I'm what?
Yeah, he's going, he's
Jack me up as
bladdered.
well. I'm like, what's going
I
on?
remember one of them saying to me, you fell over the first step going up the stairs, mate. You're not going back in.
Oh, man, that was a good one. That was a good night.
It was a
But
good
no,
night.
after that, though, obviously, we've ended up, we've been mates and everything, but it's been really nice being part of this little journey of the film.
Yeah.
Like, because I didn't expect to be part of it.
No.
I mean, John May came out to my mum and dad's house just when the film had just been, like, done. That, like, one of the final edits, and it was before Paddy had put the music into it. And he sat down in the house when we put it on. He was like, it'll be better with the music on.
Yeah.
And we sat there and we all watched it as a family, and it was funny. And it was obviously touching film. And then all of a sudden he contacts me, do you want to do the Plaza? I'm like, sound, done the Plaza.
Yeah.
Then I was in Bolton Cinema. And
Oh, you're definitely part of the family now, yeah.
It's
You've been there from the beginning.
strange, though.
No, but it's authentic because you've been there from the beginning. Like we said, when we first met up in Leeds, in Yorkshire, wherever it was, we walked that day and you've been a constant in the journey. So when John said to me, so I was going to ask Dale to do the compare, just ask us, introduce the film. And so I was like, there's no one better, is there? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And then, LA.
It's been special to be part of it. And then LA just felt like this mad, like, culmination of what's going on here. And then we were over there and we ended up in the Rainbow Bar. Do you remember the
Rainbow Bar was amazing, yeah.
That was boss.
Because that was the...
Okay, guys, my name's Dale. Obviously, I'm here living in Liverpool, talking about the Beatles, but right now I'm in Hollywood. I'm in the Sunset Strip, and it was famously the place where John Lennon had his lost weekend, which was a period of 18 months in the early 1970s, where John left Yoko, and he just moved to LA. And he spent his time getting drunk, hanging around with Harry Nilsson and other people in LA. And this was one of the places where he used to hang around. It feels wrong for me to be here because I actually just snuck upstairs. The barmaid kind of looked at me and said, I'm not going to stop you. And yeah, this is cool. In fact, here specifically is on the wall, the lair of the Hollywood vampires. And Alice Cooper, Keith Moon, Bob Brown, John Lennon, Ringo Starr, Harry Nilsson, Mickey DeLenz. It's like, this is such a cool little place. And you know what? I don't know much of the history. As I say, I talk about Liverpool for a living, but this place looks quite impressive. It looks like it is from that era. It doesn't look like it's changed. Obviously, it does look a little bit touristy, which I kind of like in many ways. But yeah, such a special place to be in.
Because
yeah,
that was because I know you love the Beatles and everything. It's his job. I've never, and we've had impromptu midnight tours in Bolton Graveyard.
On the last one, yeah.
Which was one of the best nights of my life. Honestly, God, I didn't
Hostile,
want to go
love
home. I really didn't want to go home, and I got home. My missus was in bed. She's well off, and I couldn't wait to tell her the night of that, like in the graveyard in Bolton. I was like, "You want to
That
be
was
it?"
special.
Yeah.
All that was that John had forgot something, hadn't he? So
Yeah,
John
he
went,
had to go
you
back.
have to run back in. And he ran off and I went, John,
But that was a privilege, though, for us, because As much, and that, like, obviously the film's called The Two of Us, and that's,
Yeah.
the title comes from a Beatles song, and that was our anthem, because music had a massive part in the war. And I don't think people realise that, because we don't really talk about it. Where John is not really into music, whereas I'm a massive music fan of all genres, and it is very much what mood I'm in. But I was looking back at my old Spotify playlist from the war, and it was all Foo Fighters, The Faces, angry songs, and songs of, like, not sadness, but songs that meant things. And now my new playlist is just like, I'm going back to The Cure, The Smiths, Joy Division, all these old bands from my youth, and it sort of, it probably shows the mood I'm in at the time. But music was a massive part of the war.
Yeah.
Because it carried us. If I was in a bad mood and I put Foo Fighters on, because I had a speaker,
Yeah.
and if I had Foo Fighters on, it was John quickly realised, just fucking steer clear.
Yeah. I remember walking along and we were playing loads of Dolly Parton. I remember Baby I'm Burning. That was like the standout moment in that bit of the walk I did with you. Playing Baby I'm Burning. I remember John dancing along and everything. It was that's a memory of me with the music, like. But yeah, I didn't realise, like, that night, of course, for me, obviously, I talk about the Beatles all the time. So when we were just standing there, I was like, do you want to just see where John and Paul first met?
Do you want to go deeper?
Do you want to go deeper? I kept saying that, didn't I? Do you want to go deeper?
Do you want to go deeper? I was like,
yes. Yeah, it was like, come on. We went over Eleanor Rigby's grave, Bob Paisley's grave, John's Uncle
Bob Paisley
George.
was the one that blew me away.
Yeah.
Because obviously the relevance to the Beatles and Mimi and John Lennon's family and all the rest of it. And Eleanor Rigby, that's weird.
Yeah.
How she's part of this song, Eleanor Rigby, and she didn't know anything about it. She'd been in that graveyard for 100 years.
Yeah.
Or however long. But yeah, I was like, when you went, oh, it's Bob Paisley's. And Bob Paisley, for me, I met Bob Paisley.
Wow.
When I was young. I grew up next door to Steve Nicol in Coxted Park in the 80s. And he played for Liverpool. And he was just Steven to us. But he used to take me to match. So I'd go with him and he'd leave me in the players' lounge. And there was a game, I can't remember which game it was. And I'd gone missing, I'd gone wandering out the players' lounge and wandering around the hallways of the Anfield stand, of the main stand. And as I'm walking through, Bob Paisley comes walking towards me. And I've gone, fuck, it's Bob Paisley. And I said, Mr. Paisley, can I have your autograph? And I had a programme. The only thing I had on me was a pencil. True story, this. And I had a pencil, and he's trying to sign Bob Paisley. And he's like, it's not working, son, it's not working. And I was like, that's all I've got. Come with me. And he took me to the manager's office, which is like the end of the hallway. Come in here, son. Goes in, he gets a biro out, and he signs me programme. Bob Paisley. He says, come on, son, I've got to go and play a game. And I was like, thank you, Mr. Paisley. Yeah, great. And he just left me in the hallway, excused stuff. And I was like, that doesn't happen. Yeah. And I never told anyone at school that Steve Nicol was my neighbour. Because he was Stephen, you know. Yeah. But that was one of the moments. And then to see it, he was a hero of mine growing up. And then to see his grave that night, I was like, that for me was like, that was the moment I got to pay my respects to Mr. Paisley. Wow. So it was more than you know. Yeah. Wow, it is. That's me. I was just being a dickhead saying, do you want to go deeper? Do you want to go deep? Yes, how deep can we go? You're having a big moment. Wow, yeah. That's yeah, man. Yeah. But that was a massive thing for me. And that was something I'll never forget. Yeah. That's me. It was such a special moment. And John had just asked me, like, do you want to come to Beverly Hills? Yeah. But he said he was going to ask you, and I was like, fucking right, yeah. Yeah. We had to laugh, let's get a crew together. That's me. The first day was a mad one, because obviously Rainbow Bar, what had happened there is John and Owen had went to the film festival. There was no plan
I thought that there was going to be some sort of like, oh, on day one, if you want to do this is the plan. This is what we're going to
Come on.
Nothing. We turned up. I had
You've been around as long enough.
Even the day before, I was like, is this still happening?
Yeah, it was like, yeah,
Do you
are we
want
going?
my
I was
passport
like, I have the day before, I was asking for the boarding passes.
Yeah.
I was like, have you booked these tickets?
On the way there, I still didn't have my boarding pass. I was like, is it actually like, yeah? And then we turned up. It was, but that I think the definitive moment for me was actually the night of the actual film.
Yeah.
Like, because here we are, the film's going on now, and we're sat here in the screen room. But when the film happened in Beverly Hills at the film festival, we turned up to that red carpet. I was in sackies.
Mate, I was in my shorts.
In shorts.
I was like, are we going to film? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, do you not think we should get changed? Fucking, we've been on Hollywood Boulevard all afternoon.
Walked on
It's like looking at handprints in the Chinese theatre. And he was like, yeah, we're going in it. It starts. It was like, really? We're not going to get changed?
I think that was part of it, though, that kind of made, I don't know, a bit of a buzz about what was happening, because we turned up on that red carpet looking like we weren't arsed. Like,
that's what got the attention.
Trackies, John with his cowboy hat on and shorts, and all of a sudden everyone was just like, what are these guys about?
Yeah, who are these?
But equally, I think that might, I don't know, it might have been a positive in the end, because we looked so blasé.
It was, yeah.
It's like, that doesn't matter, you know, it's... And then all of a sudden, they were like, where are you guys from? Liverpool. And all of a sudden, the accents came out. No one could understand.
That fella trying to interview John on the red carpet, his head fell off, didn't he?
Yeah.
And it was like, I have no clue what you guys are saying. John just, give the proper scouts interview. Oh, yeah. But that was authentic. That was how we were.
Exactly, that was
because
real.
In the after party, I mean, I don't want to skip ahead, but at the awards, that was the response. People had they got a buzz around the place that you want to meet these lads from Liverpool.
Yeah, it felt like that night, like we just turned up, we were having a laugh, and that I remember that red carpet moment where all of a sudden you saw like the social media people flying over, and you saw the fellas. Everyone
that's very LA, isn't it?
It was very. All of a sudden, it was like, shit. These guys are thinking. We were different. And it was evident.
Fucking right. Everyone in LA is the same.
Because we were on the red carpet, pissed and tracking.
Everyone in LA is beautiful.
Yeah.
They're all the same. It's like, okay, if that's your thing, yeah, that's great. But for me, it was a bit, everybody's the same. So when, like you say, we turn up, Jesus Christ. There's like, this is a whirlwind coming through these doors.
Yeah.
You got John Mayer with the only person with a cowboy hat on in America, who's not American. It couldn't be further from American as you can.
The cowboy hat was brilliant.
That was the stroke of genius, which was unintentional.
Yeah.
7-Eleven the night before.
I was in the 7-Eleven with him.
Yeah,
and I was saying this to you earlier, it was like a regret of mine, because he was like, should I get this hat? I was like, defo, yeah. I was like, should I? And I looked at him and said, it's $28. I'll leave that.
Yeah, swear it.
Put it back.
You got that off in that $5 store, didn't you? Everything's a $5.
Everything's a $5.
But like, even a little crappy.
My fridge is covered in them.
Crappy fridge. I've got Oscars that magnets just scratching the hell out of my fridge. It's like, going to cost me 500 quid to buy a new fridge.
It's hilarious.
These fucking $5 fucking Oscars. Best wife, best son, daughter, best son, whatever. I was like, fuck me. But
yeah, that was a special. The first night felt like a wow kind of thing, and then of course the rest of the week we explored LA, and I promised you a Beatles song. We didn't get round to it. I was petrified on those roads. Those LA roads were scared the life out of me.
Petrified John May driving. Fuck me. Fuck you know.
Got the cover, mate. You got the cover.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a. It was an experience. The villa was beautiful, but
do you know what? What was great about it? It was like it was a real pinch me moment where I would never in my life have gone to LA. No intention ever of going to LA. And to be there, and there was the moments, even in the morning when we would go out in the morning to go and get some breakfast, have coffee or whatever. And we'd be driving from where we were staying down into the local town. and you had to pass all like through the American version of the suburbs. And it really is what you see on the TV. Little pretty wooden houses with an American flag stood up in the... And it was that. And I was like, I always remember that moment where it was like, we're in LA. Do you know what I mean? And this is... I may never get to see this again. And that was just one of many.
Hello guys, my name's Dale Roberts, and if you're not aware, I make a living talking about the Beatles in Liverpool. But right now, I'm in Hollywood. I'm actually with a group of guys who are from Liverpool. Barely anyone can understand our accents, which is great. But I had to make a trip here because this is such an important part of the story of the Beatles. In 1963, the Beatles had really burst on the scene, especially in the UK and in Europe. However, over in the United States, Capitol Records turned down multiple of the Beatles records. So the Beatles actually would use smaller independent labels at first to distribute their music in the United States. But by late 1963, Capitol could not ignore the Beatles anymore. So they decided they would sign them. So they signed them and they ran a huge big marketing campaign. Then, of course, by the 9th of February 1964, the Beatles were playing the Ed Sullivan Show to over 73 million people live, and it completely changed the world forever. But it wouldn't have happened if Capitol wouldn't have got involved. Now, don't get me wrong, the relationship with Capitol was not perfect. They would actually try and butcher the Beatles albums, quite specifically, to suit the American market. So this meant that they would take the 1963 Beatle albums and just simply start placing them in different track orders. The Beatles weren't happy with that at all, and they would actually protest about it with the famous Butcher album cover. But the Capitol did play such an important role, not only in the story of the Beatles, but in music in general. This is a huge, huge place for anyone who's a fan of music. To come and visit this place is really quite special. Okay, I won't lie, I'm here just off Hollywood Boulevard. Behind me is Capitol Records, which is like one of the coolest buildings in music history. Built to look like a stack of records. But I can't escape it. It was so funny because they have the Beatles stars there, and that's why I've come here, because I can hopefully see the Beatles stars. And when I was literally stood there, an American tourist, I don't even know if the local, because everyone's got the same accent here, they were walking past as I'm stood there looking at the Beatles stars, stood outside Capitol on my own having a moment. And the guy is with his family, and he goes, "Look, there's Ringo Starr." And then he gets to the next brick, and it's Paul McCartney's, and he went, "Paul McCartney?" And his wife went, "Who's he?" And he went, I don't know, actually. I was stood there just about to go absolutely wild. Yeah, and he was like, he was with a band, I forget the band. And then he stood there on his phone. Like, and I literally just pulled out my phone instantly and just started recording the situation around me, hoping that he'd go, "He was with the Beatles." And then he didn't, he just walked off. But yeah, absolutely wild, man. Meanwhile, I think his son ran off down the road. I was like, "Def Leppard, there's Def Leppard." So obviously he's just not into maybe good music, I don't know, but it was just funny. It was special. But I meant this because obviously I've just a moment ago introduced being on stage at the Epstein here. So I got up and we're in between it right now, but I've just been told I think we've got like 8 minutes left.
Nice.
Before we have to
call it 6.
We have to go back on stage and then do a question and answers. This is almost like a warm up for this. But I meant what I said. Like, you have this journey where, I don't know, like you're on this walk, you meet John. Then, you know, at the end, John's like, "We're going to make a film out of this," and then obviously it goes down that path. And then we have the film premieres and the film showings. And all of a sudden, that story, which, you know, I mean, we'll talk about it in more depth and detail another time, but it's a powerful story of grief, men's mental health. All of a sudden, I mean this because you know the situation. I was on Venice Beach, I think, and all of a sudden I get the message through, which was the video of you the night before, and you just shouting Ellie's name on the stage in Beverly Hills Film Festival.
Hiya everyone! I'm in fucking Beverly Hills with the Lord! Have you
Listen, guys, thank you so much. So I'm an actor, comedian from Liverpool, and I've become producer. I produced a documentary. I walked from Land's End to John O Groats. Do you know what that is? I walked from the lowest part of the UK to the highest part of the UK, from Cornwall to Scotland, and I was doing it for gun and knife crime. Now, as I was setting off on my walk, Tim, who I did not know, his daughter got killed. She was shot outside a pub in Liverpool on Christmas Eve, and he reached out to me and he said, "It's amazing what you're doing. Can I join you on the walk?" And he joined me, and we walked all the way to Scotland from Cornwall. So it's a film. It's a film about men's mental health, grief, and how friendship and human beings can come together. And no matter how dark a place you are in, step on one step in front of another, you can find an answer.
Right, so I'll keep it short. I made a promise to Ellie that I would make sure that everybody knew her name and she was not forgotten.
That felt like, to me, I remember being like,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
special.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
For me. You know, that's the moment. That's the whole point. The whole promise that I made to Ellie, which I'll continue to do until my last breath. But to be able to do that in places like Beverly Hills, in front of 1,000 people who were all the best of the game, you know, and to be able to spread Ellie's name across America, hopefully as we go forward next month or the month after to Australia, and then further afield again, and it's just, that's the whole point for me. That's all it's about.
That's special, but I think it's a mad little sort of, I don't know, it feels like a mountaintop kind of moment. When you shouted Ellie's name, that felt like, it didn't feel like the end, but it felt like, you know, this is.
I don't think we can beat LA.
Yeah, but
I don't. That moment. I mean, who knows what's going to come?
Yeah.
Who knows? Because let's be honest, none of us expected to be sitting here talking about winning an award in LA with a film that Owen had made about me and John walking the country. It was never about that. It was never about that. It was always about, at the beginning, me meeting John, getting out of town, get some clarity, meet up with this guy who had never met in my life, but he made me laugh, and he was doing a fantastic thing for the city that he loves and for a cause that was important to him. And to join him on that journey was special on its own, and to get to the end was special. But then for everything that's come from this, or from that, where does it end? It doesn't cease to amaze me, honestly.
Yeah. I think it's not the end. That's what I mean. That I've been very careful when thinking about the questions I'm going to ask and everything tonight. It's just saying it's not the end. Obviously, this is going further, but I just know that moment of you shouting Ellie Edwards' name, Beverly Hills Film Festival, that felt to me like, wow.
Yeah.
No, like, as I say, that's why I wanted to say in chatting here, like being on the walk with you, not long after losing your daughter, and then all of a sudden, here we are on this journey, and, you know, it's so beautiful that, you know, obviously, I never got to meet Ellie.
No.
But I wonder how it feels for you, just thinking what Ellie would think about her name. And
do you know what? She'd love it.
Yeah.
She'd love it. because every girl, her generation wants to, you know, you've got TikTok and all the social media crap, but it's like every girl wants their name and lights and all that. Unfortunately, it's under terrible circumstances, but I know she'd be laughing her head off. She'd be like, what are you doing? Look at the state of you in LA, dickhead. Fucking dickhead. You were in the pitch 2 years ago, me local boozer. The old boys putting the bets on in the afternoon, back home for 8 o'clock at night. Yeah. Look at you now.
Yeah, you are
but it's only down to her, isn't it?
Yeah. That's right. I know, obviously, being there, it was bittersweet. It was a bittersweet experience of being there in the beauty of LA, the nice weather. But we knew why we were there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Tim, it's let's have more of a chat. Let's have you in George Allison's house.
Oh, mate, that'll be my dream come true.
Yeah. Let's definitely do it.
I think
okay, we're good.
We need to go. Yeah.
Guys, please, be on your feet, be upstanding. For the two of us! Thank you very much, guys. Did we all enjoy it? It's strange to say you enjoyed it, isn't it? But let's not forget, this is a film that's just won the Beverly Hills Film Festival here, guys. It's incredibly special. Of course, it talks about men's mental health, and it talks about dealing with extreme grief as well. But while you're all upstanding, I want you all to please make some noise, because there's a gentleman who's been shown on this film, and since the film was made and then released, we've unfortunately lost him. Can you all please make some noise for Michael Rainsford? And make even more noise for his son Mikey. Michael the Wanted. As I said to you guys, this film has just won the Beverly Hills Film Festival. I have no doubt that while this is all last screen, and I think it's obviously not going to be the last time we see it, I have no doubt, and we'll have the chance to ask the guys in just a moment's time all about developments with the film and what's the next steps. But I'm just going to get straight through it here, guys, because we do have music. As I say, this is going to be a celebration, but we are having a question and answer session with the guys. So firstly, I'd like to welcome to the stage the director of the film, Mr. Owen Ward! Okay, I'm sure you're going to raise the roof for this man. By the way, during the film, and he was here in the room, but then me and Tim walked off and we've just done some recording, and we've sat there chatting for the past hour having a drink, and he's such a great gentleman. I'm proud to know him, I'm proud to be friends with the guy. Can you all please make some noise for Tim Edwards? Yeah. And we wouldn't have this documentary film if it wasn't for this guy. I have no idea how he's going to come out looking. He might be in a cowboy hat. We have no idea. Please raise the roof for John May!
Nice one, Dale.
Oh, we'll see you, young man.
Question and answer session. This is it. By the way, start thinking of your questions. In a little bit, I'll pass the microphone around and we'll kind of work out how we're going to do that. Last time we had Lynn, didn't we?
We had a run.
Where's Lynn? Lynn was like, she was all over.
We've not quite a few of these Q&A sessions, but this cleaning is, I'm sorry, this cleaning is about celebrating. It's about celebrating. We've got 2 awards up to now. It's the start of the festival season. So we want to be upbeat and we want to have a laugh tonight. And we invite you all. We want to sing it on. We just want to party and have a laugh and celebrate. So please all stay. Anyway, yeah, sure.
Round of applause for John. Now, this is a little question and answer session. As I say, last time we've done the question and answer session, it was quite crazy because I hadn't even been properly asked to go to Beverly Hills with you guys. Like when we were on, stood in front of Walton Cinema, I hadn't been asked. So all of a sudden, here we are, and it feels like a significant leap. It feels like a huge amount of time has passed. So let's just get started here. What was it like going to Beverly Hills, John?
Now look, during this film, unfortunately we made it tonight, there's a guy called Warren, and he was sort of a fan of my comedy and stuff like that, and he seen me and Owen trying, I'm an actor, trying to create my own stuff, blah, 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 blah. He said, well, what do you want? And I went, I want to create my own stuff. He was like, well, how do I get on with that? I said, I'm doing it. He said, what do you need? I said, fucking money. So that's okay. He said, I'll give you £100. And you can start your own production company. So me and Owen went to the candy shop very late, and I wrote you writing, and we just made a documentary for our first project. I just wanted to get back off the book, so we had the story. So yeah, I can't remember the question.
Beverly Hills, John, it was about Beverly Hills.
There we go.
Going to Beverly Hills, the Beverly Hills home, and getting up in front of all these people, and leaving the boards. It's fucking mad.
It was a lot more than that, yeah. Can we talk about Beverly Hills?
Should this be an expose?
No, you know what?
Beverly Hills, now it went.
Well, Beverly Hills is a really nice place in America, which we're not allowed to go back to.
We're bad.
It's a true story, yeah.
Are we legally allowed to talk about how many times John crashed?
I think if we lose the hat, we might get away with it. We might get left. They won't recognise us again.
I crashed the car into the head of NASA.
Yeah.
Genuinely, that.
He actually did.
Like pink lights, he's got a fucking head of NASA.
When he rang me and told me that had crashed, I was like, please tell me, ask for your licence and insurance, sir. Yeah.
You got a license and insurance for you tonight.
That's like made up. What? Made up. But it happened to be the head of NASA. Yeah.
Well, the thing is well, I kind of said it in the introduction, you didn't expect to win, did you? Like, I know you went there kind of hopeful, but I remember the voice notes on the night going, the category we were supposed to win, it passed, so have a good night.
Sorry, I don't take it over you,
I'm used to it, mate.
Me and Owen joked about, like, because I was a massive Star Wars fan, and we went to LA a few years ago, we went to the Chinese Theatre on Hollywood Boulevard. And I remember saying, what the and then the Beverly Hills Film Festival, the film got played in that cinema, the Chinese Theatre. It's the most iconic theatre in the world. What am I talking
Marilyn Monroe, her dress was in like the foyer of the Chinese Theatre. It was a big one.
I'll just have a breath. Take a breath. This is what it's like. This is how we are. So it's like we are best mates, right? And as close as you can get to family. I usually end up following him around, picking up the things he's dropped. And which is, can be hats, cigarettes, whatever it may be. But this has been our life for the last 2 years. So we ended up in Beverly Hills. And do you know what? To get the film which Owen has made is a fantastic piece of work. You've seen it all tonight, and to get it from us meeting up in Worcester, just to get out of town and meet up, a couple of days to we're sitting here at the Epstein Theatre, and that is again another pinnacle moment. But to get recognised in America, the film's going to Australia next month. It's going to get seen all over the world eventually, and it's a privilege now to be part of that story, because it's not just about me and John. There's people like Dale's coming on. Owen's massively invested in it. Paddy Bennett, you know, the composer. Brian, fucking hell, what can you say about Brian? You know,
Round of applause for Brian.
You couldn't make this tonight, unfortunately.
probably making shit fucking cheese and ham butty somewhere. But everyone's part of this story, and it's all for the same reason. It's all about Ellie. It's all because of Ellie. And that is what makes it so special. Oh, there's Nanny Sue, yeah. She's the real star.
While we're making some noise here, by the way, Paddy Bennett's over there. Give him a round of applause, will you?
Yeah.
He's the composer of the film.
Oh, it's official. We weren't going to mention it, Pat.
I'll just say to you, love, while we were in LA, you were all he could talk about, okay, love? It was non-stop, it was relentless.
How lucky he is now.
Look at him on stream.
What happens in LA stays in LA. How do you remember that?
Well, I say stays in LA. There's been a couple of hints dropped here, quite literally. What we wanted to have here was like in the foyer, we kind of wanted to be in like the Champions League where we had the Beverly Hills trophy.
Good luck finding
The
that.
trophy couldn't make it here tonight, could it, John?
I know, but to you, John.
Yes. Unfortunately, when we got the award, I mean, I'm not a big drinker nowadays. But on this occasion,
Carry
we
on.
got this beautiful pistol awards.
It had a plinth. It had a plinth and everything.
Not
just one.
But then I got replacements. And then the fucking smashed that as well. Now, to be honest with you, I'm really sorry about that. I'm like, it fucking broke me heart that we got this award and smashed it. I'm sorry.
It's all. It's fine. It's fine. We were googling how to fucking glue awards. Weren't we?
But wait, not all is lost. Because I'm a savage little fucker.
Oh, this will be interesting. What? What's he fucking up to, man? Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
I only got replacements!
Brilliant.
Here we go.
Okay, I'll take that.
Show the people the award.
Fucking hell. That's some glue job, that lad. This is the Beverly Hills Film Festival Award in one piece.
You keep all that.
I'll keep all of this for now. How did you get that?
Literally, you keep all that one.
I am gonna fucking hug the life out of this tonight. As well as my missus and everything.
What do you mean you have one? Well, there was an option to buy you all of one.
Oh, brilliant. Fuck it. How's he pulled this off?
It's impressive, isn't it?
This is impressive, yeah.
So, congratulations.
Brilliant. Yes, well deserved, Owen. Mr. Owen Ward. Brilliant. Well done. Now you got 3 awards. The other one got 2.
And I thought to myself, fuck that. I'm not having a broken one.
Oh. Well, I wonder what he's going to pull out here. It's all that one as well.
We all got one each.
Oh, brilliant. What a shout. Well done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
There we go.
My mate, John Ward.
Surprise for him.
John Ward, John mate.
It genuinely is a surprise. We had to keep that secret. We really did. So, yeah, we finally got the award. And it wasn't awkward. Multiple airplane rides home, wasn't it? It's like, where's the award? I won't ask. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I can see you all moving off. John, last words from John May.
Everyone, thank you so much for coming. The next task is to get this to the distributor and get it on the TV or on a streaming service, and we're fucking that close. I want to achieve it that way.
Thank you, everybody. Have a fantastic night. Let's have a pint at the bar.
See you all at the bar. Thank you very much for joining us. Good night.
So many here now in the Epstein Theatre. I've just watched my mate Turkey and Jalen Owen. Top quality. But I tell you one thing they're missing. The best shag of their life, eh? Need to come to St. Helens Flooring. And before it calms down, my love, I'm on a shag pile, eh? The jazzle.
So yeah, mate, it's just been one of those days, hasn't it? Just been dead hot. How long have you been on for, mate? Time out.